Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to my evening live stream. This is the bit where I make sure everything is working. Welcome to... which it appears to be, which is what we're after. So I thought I would, instead of normally I've been streaming Sky, Children of the Light, one of my avatars. Candle runs. But I haven't played No Man's Sky in a while. And I know they recently had a fairly significant update. So I thought it might be interesting to have a look and see if we can find out what's changed. And see if I can figure out how to... see if I can figure out how to play the game. And I can't remember where I was. Which is troublesome. What was I doing here? I have absolutely no idea. What I want to do, though, is find my freighter. It's been a month, so I've forgotten a lot of what I was doing. So we'll find a suitable area. Let's see if I can remember. Ooh. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn the volume down for me, and first of all I'm going to check up on my freighters, make sure that they are all right, make sure I don't actually have to fix anything. Because it would be irritating if I did. And then I think we're going to see if we can find any gas giants, because those are apparently in the game now. And in fact I've commented before how much I would like to see gas giants in the game, and they've done it. Not that I'm under any misconception that it was me that had anything to do with it. Ooh, that's nice to have. 2 storage augmentations? 3? Oh. I'm not going to complain too much about getting 3 storage augmentations. But so far it looks like everything is intact, which is nice. Now I actually just talked with my son briefly. He said he hasn't been able to find any gas giants, so That's alright. We'll have a look anyway. I don't know if there are any particular conditions you have to meet in order to find them. I would have thought it would simply be a case of visiting undiscovered solar systems. That's an awful lot of storage augmentations. I've 4 of them I've picked up now. 5. Did they rebalance some of these things? I'd send the frigates out again, but to be honest with you, I don't think I have any enough fuel. No, I don't really. So, frigate modules. Huh. Nice to have. Where's my storage augmentations? Or did it dump them? Oh, there we go. Wow. Oh, that's... Oh, they think they have slightly changed things. Do I have others? That's the question. I'm not sure. I thought I had a couple of other storage augmentations. Anyway, let's I think I can get away with selling off all of this. I don't think I need any of it. Huh. Let me have a quick look. I can. Where did I get that from? It's been long enough that I've actually forgotten. Now, what was I after? I think I was after that. And I don't think I've got enough. Ah. Yes. Never mind. At some point I'll go and may pay more attention to what it is I've actually got. Let me have a quick look and see. Could have sworn I had actually more frigate modules. Apparently not. Alright. That's nice to have. Let's pick a random star system and see what we can find. This in a way is just me fiddling around. That shift key's in a slightly funny position. I don't remember it being that awkward. Alright, let's have a little look at our galaxy map. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Ah. I've forgotten how to use this. Let us try. That's a water system? I mean, I don't know if you have to go to a completely different galaxy. There's a lot of dissonant systems. I don't remember there being quite so many. And I definitely don't remember there being quite so many water-based systems. I visited there? Okay. Let's try and find... something, anything. It probably would have been a good idea had I spent a bit of time refamiliarizing myself with the controls, but I didn't. Whoa. Is that a binary sun? I don't remember there being binary suns previously. I don't remember space stations being that shape either. Yeah, let's have a little look at this one. I should probably bring my freighter in. Nope, didn't want to do that. Silly me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my freighter's scanner to do a complete scan of the system. See what we can pick up. And yes, this is a Starborn Phoenix. I picked it up with the grief. Yeah, the free downloadable content that occurred around, what was it, Christmas? It's my first S-Class ship, and to be honest, it's I don't really think it's any better than my other ship. Where's my other ship gone? Yeah, that thing over there. I have a Sentinel. So I hope everybody's day is going well. I've got a suspicion I'm actually a bit lost in this galaxy, but that's okay. And in case anybody's wondering, no, I haven't completed the main quest. I'm not that bothered, to be honest. I just like fiddling around with stuff. There is apparently something I should be growing, but I can't remember what it is. Where's my scanning station? I can't remember. This wasn't it, was it? Nope. Where did I put it? Yeah, that's the stellar extractor core that I've never gotten to work properly. Ah, here we go. New record. So what have we got? Ah, there's a dissonance. Noxious. What's a cabled moon? I'm moderately certain I've seen one. Fauna from elsewhere. Well, that's interesting. Not what I'm looking for, but interesting. Well, let's actually go and visit a planet. I'm curious to see if they've made anything in the way of changes. Let's see if I can't drop some of this stuff off, because I don't really need it. I don't really care about that. Don't sell the dihydrogen because it's always something I need. Don't want to sell that. Whoops. I can't remember if I've found that before, and I can't remember why I stuck a hyaline brain in there. That doesn't make any sense. Oh well. Gives me a bit more money. Clears up some space. I don't know why I put that there, because honestly, it's got best place for it is... Oh, wait a minute, did they just change things so that I can... Huh. I didn't think you could do that previously. Oh well, that's nice. Yeah, as you can see, I'm low on hydrogen. What have I got? Have I got any... I've got tritium. I'm really not too bothered about sending everything out on missions at this point. I did actually, when I got this ship, blow... what was it? 750 million on on new storage. That was a bit silly, but it's easy enough to get this stuff back. Look at my poor old ship there, looking all forlorn. I wonder what they think, if they were capable of thinking. I wonder what the crew actually think about their captain. That is me. Well, commander? I don't know. Jumping around. With his jetpack. Let's have a look at that. You know what? No. Let's be about our search. That's the whole point of doing this. What's my various fuel supplies like? Oh, we're looking good. That could be a bit of a problem. Not now, though. Alright, let's go somewhere else. I'm told, although I don't know, they may have changed the rules, that if you can find a dissonant system in a outlaw system, that's quite desirable, but I can't remember the benefit from it. Yeah, I'm sorry if anybody joining thinks that I had some secret to finding gas giants, but the truth is I do not. Right, what journey milestone did I just... Oh, warp 75 times. Okay. Now that doesn't look like a gas giant. Whoa. I would like one day to find a planet that isn't actively trying to kill me.
Hostile scan detected.
Oh dear. Let me see. Nope. Yes. I'm all for more aggressive negotiations.
Hostile ships defeated.
Well, that was easy. Right. I scanned that one. Okay, now I must... Alright, no, I want to know what this is. Okay, I want to find out what a cabled planet is. Don't know what a cabled planet is, and this doesn't really answer my question, except that it looks more alien than anything else. I'm getting a... Is that a weird graphical glitch I'm getting there? You know what? This really doesn't look that interesting. I mean... Oh, let's have a little look. Oh, that was an unpleasant stutter. What does thirsty clouds mean?
Units received. Units received.
Huh. Dark matter nutrient source. I think that's the first time I found that one.
Units received.
You know what? As worlds go, this one is profoundly boring. Not my kind of place at all. Where's my mining beam? There we go. Not the best and most effective way of mining, it has to be said, but one can't have everything. What have we got? Oh, there's sodium. That's always useful to have. Oh, it's gold. Not quite what I expected. Yeah, I'm really not too fussed about this one. But seeing as I'm here, I'll scan a few things.
Units received.
Has anybody else found any gas giants in their wanderings? I wonder if this will nope, it doesn't appear to. One of my favourite methods of mining stuff on the surface. Use your starship. It is slightly funny, I think, that you can't use your starship to mine things like this. You got weaponry that can take down a capital ship, but you can't. Oh, that is slightly interesting. This is more of a performance issue. Because I'm streaming, I only run this at 60 frames a second. Typically, because I think the graphic settings on this are set to ultra. And normally, the last time I did this, you normally get an absolutely reliable 60 frames a second for streaming. Now typically I can run up to 120 frames a second, but not when I'm streaming. Doesn't like that for some reason. This game seems to be affected more by streaming than any... Yep, that one there, you see? There was quite a stutter. That is not my previous experience. Tell you what though, if you ever want to see what your system's capable of, take a look at your CPU utilization when it's generating Vulkan shaders. That will test your system's cooling, I can tell you, because the CPU will run up to, well, near enough 100%. Yeah, so that's one way of testing to see whether you have any cooling issues. Heck. Let's get out of here. Oh, I'm sorry. So far, this has not proven even slightly interesting. So they might have made some changes, which I'd have to have a look at the release notes, to be honest. I have actually... Oh, that was an interesting glitch. Oh, you silly thing. I didn't even see you there. It's one of the irritating things about this is the propensity for NPC ships to get right in the way just when you least expect it. The stupid thing is, it would make sense if you could actually say, oh, I'm terribly sorry. I really didn't mean to shoot your ship. I shall repair it for you, but they never give you that chance. Oh. Alright. Let's try somewhere else. Oh, hang on. No, before I do that. No, where is it? I can never remember. I have now forgotten how I'm supposed to play the game. That's it. Okay. I don't know. Do streamers ever just sort of wander around the galaxy seeking interesting places? Well, you can see where I've been a lot lately. Pick one at random. Why not? Well, that's definitely not a gas giant. Cactus, copper, pyrite, silver. I swear they've changed the design of space stations. Now, granted, I've only seen a few of them so far, but they certainly seem to have a little bit more diversity than I'm used to. Well, let's bring the freighter in. Do a complete scan of the system, see what we've got. I can't imagine. One thing I haven't done, and possibly I should have done, but you know, where's the fun in that? What I should have done really was go online, various forums, and ask about gas giants, but I don't particularly want to. I must admit, I'm kind of curious to see if they've done anything interesting like hot Jupiters. That would be kind of fascinating if they had. Hot Jupiter is, in case anybody's wondering, a hot Jupiter is a gas giant that orbits extremely close to its sun. So, hence the name. Don't know how small a gas giant can get, now that I think about it. Shall have to look it up. Anybody know how small a gas giant can actually be? I mean, technically speaking, I think in our own solar system, Uranus and Neptune are called ice giants. I can't remember what their makeup is. I'm going to assume they're actually very similar to... Oops, wrong way. No, definitely the wrong way. No, I've been gone so long from my freighter I can't remember where everything is. Alright, let's see what we got. Fiery planet. Rocky. Damp. What's a damp planet. I mean, they might as well have said, this planet is moist. Ossified. I mean, ossified, isn't that just another word for stony? He's pollinating? I'll take his word for it. What did he do? Wake up in the morning and said, hey, you know what? Why is this guy worried about pirates? Oh, they've changed that, I think. That icon's changed. You would think, would they not, given my success rate against pirates, they would not be particularly worried. I mean, for heaven's sake, they're in a freighter, it's armed, they've got more combat frigates than I know what to do with. I've also got my own little squadron, and then there's me as well. About the last thing they should be worried about is pirates. So that's us now. Let's pick a place at random, go take a look. If nothing else, I'll make some nanites out of it. Ooh. Ooh, he says, as though that's interesting. What we got here? Grassy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's an out. We're in an outlaw system. Oh no. Thought we. That was a catalog entry. Thought, please, I didn't think I'd done that. They have changed those designs, I swear. Oh, I am in an outlaw system. Huh. Oh, that's funny. How come I didn't notice that? Am I too close? Cannot warp freighter here. Alright, let's oh, there we go. Right, let's go take a little look at a grassy planet in an outlaw system. I don't think I've actually encountered a planet with the description grassy before. Did it again. Definite hitch in the frame rate. But yes, the first time I looked, I'm running on a Linux system, so if you want to have a look at system utilization, I typically run GOverlay. And the first time I took a look at GOverlay while it was doing compiling Vulkan shaders, that was scary. System temperature shot up to 90 degrees centigrade. The good news is it stayed there, so it didn't get any hotter, and subsequent experiments seem to indicate that, yes, you know, it's quite happy running 90 degrees centigrade for as long as it needs to, and I don't get any thermal throttling, so hopefully that means that my system is well behaved. Did it again. I might have to drop down. Oh, I'll tell you what, I bet if I wasn't streaming I wouldn't be doing that. But it definitely looks like some of the stuff they've added has had effects on performance. Yeah, look at that, 43, 48 frames a second. There's no real reason for it to be that low. Let's let me have a little look here, check my graphics settings. What have they changed? Oh, well, you know what I'll do? I will... Oh, let's see what that does, just for the sake of argument. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Alright. I didn't want to do that. Ah. Alright. I'm very sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to restart just to see. No, forget it. Forget it. I can't be bothered. I don't want to restart. I'll leave it at now and then come back and fiddle with it later. Whoa, that looks almost... I was going to say it looks like a feathered dinosaur, but it doesn't. That is a heck of a lot of particle effects. So this is a grassy planet. That looks almost diseased. Can anybody tell me if they've... no, I haven't checked the release notes, but can anybody confirm that they've changed graphics? One thing I haven't tried with this ship is seeing if it'll land on water. Oh yes, they... Yeah, I did wonder. I didn't bother putting the aquatic landing technology on the ship because it hovers. But apparently it can't land on water. Alright, at some point I'm going to have to transfer that over from my Sentinel. Oh, that's a nice double rainbow. Anyway, mental note to self, next time I stream... Oh wow, yeah, it really doesn't... Next time I stream, drop the graphics down. For No Man's Sky, at least. Unless there's something I'm missing. I don't think I am. Hang on, I'm just going to check something here. Thank goodness for automatic pause. I'm just having a quick look at G-Overlay, see whether there's anything I should be aware of. And the simple answer is no, everything looks fine. The GPU utilization doesn't look particularly... My GPU utilization is only 75%. and my CPU is at 38%. So it's not like this, it's not like I have a hugely stressed system or anything. It just looks as though they've made some changes. I mean, if I was running at 100% on the GPU and I was getting these stuttering effects, I'd say, okay, yes, they've made some changes that are using up more CPU utilization, but that's not what I'm seeing here. In fact, it looks fairly normal, if memory serves me. So maybe whatever it is they've changed hasn't been properly optimized. Let's see if I can match a stutter in frame rate to... Whoops. Let's see if I can find a stutter in frame rate, see if it matches what it matches. No, of course now it's probably just fine. Oh, I wonder if it is simply something as simple as shader compilation going on in the background. No, shader compilation hits the CPU much harder, and the CPU is not being hit. Not any more so than usual. And I'm definitely not doing anything like overheating, so... Sorry, this turned into a bit of a technical inquiry. No, that's now that is actually interesting. I got a CPU, I got a frame rate glitch, and the CPU did not increase. So I'm thinking we have something other than increased graphics requirements. Nope. No, that just dropped me down to 48 and the CPU was at 70%. So I don't think it's the CPU. GPU, I should say. Sorry. Whoa. Something just went click in my ear for some reason. Why have I got clicking going on my ear? Oh, hi Jay. Sorry, I didn't see your comment. No, I was just making an observation that the frame rate is unaccountably skipping in places. And I wondered whether it was something to do with changes in graphics requirements. Had they improved something? But I observed that when I was getting fairly significant drops in frame rates, the CPU was nowhere near 100%. It was actually running at 70. So I was curious. Oh, this is definitely on the interesting side. For some reason, I'm getting... my earbuds just started clicking on one ear and beeping at me, and I know they're fully charged. So that is kind of odd. I do not like it when I get... oh, that's a pretty ship. I do not like it when I get weird clicks that I'm not expecting. Call me picky in that regard. No, I've deliberately capped it at 60 frames a second for streaming. If I'm just playing for myself, then I'll kick up the frame rate. But for streaming, seeing as I'm only streaming at 30 frames a second, there's no point in my actually doing anything fancy like 120 frames a second. Not that I can when I'm not streaming. I have in the past gotten 120 frames a second on ultra settings. But for streaming, I don't bother because you're not seeing 120 frames a second or whatever it is I'm playing at. You'll be seeing 30. But No Man's Sky is interesting in that it is more adversely affected by the act of streaming than I think any other game I've tried. Which is kind of strange. Yes, I'm using OBS. And right now I'm simulcasting. So I'm streaming to both YouTube and Twitch via the Restream website. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of G overlay because I don't need it. Come on. Never found this particular... Yes. I've never had a problem with my upload rate. So I can stream... I'm streaming 3440 by 1440 at 30 frames a second, and the bitrate is just fine. So my bitrate is currently 5,700 kilobits per second, which is normal. No dropped frames. I don't get any abnormal reports from Restream. I can actually stream. There are games I can actually stream this resolution at 60 frames a second. But if I do that with No Man's Sky, no, I'm 5,700 kilobits per second. Yeah, I don't hit the maximum. I can actually stream 2580 by 1080 at 60 frames a second. That's no problem at all. But then I discovered I could do 1440. Sorry, a full resolution at 30, and I don't know if you can really tell the difference, to be honest. So I kind of settled on that. What's an incandescent planet? Okay, now I've got to find out what an incandescent planet is. Memory says Twitch and YouTube, I think, max out at pretty much the same rate. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I looked. But judging by other people's reporting and by my own replay of my own streams, I'm not seeing anything problematic. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, like I say, I think No Man's Sky is a bit more sensitive about it for some reason. I mean, I stream The Long Dark in the mornings, and I run that at 100 frames a second, not because I stream at that speed, but because it actually runs better. If I set myself to 60 frames a second and run No Man's Sky, you can actually see tearing on the screen, even though I've got VESA activated. But 100 frames a second, I don't get the tearing, so that's what I use. I have started the habit of streaming at this time. I have a small little community, you see, in the mornings when I stream The Long Dark. And so I'm kind of trying to build a small little community in the evenings. You know, it's just fun. It's just a hobby. It's just something I'm enjoying. So I'm actually going to do what you suggest. I'm going to keep a little eye on the upload rate. But I think the frame stutter is in-game rather than because of upload. I could be wrong. Yeah, the funny thing is, I didn't intend to turn this into a Long Dark streaming service, shall we say. Oh, that stuttered. And no, nothing. No, in fact, the bit rate was fine. But everybody seemed to be enjoying me being inept in The Long Dark. And so that's what I kind of stuck with doing. I ended up sort of evolving to streaming The Long Dark, and it's been fun. It seems strangely that a lot of the people watching are in Canada and the United States on the East Coast, and they're getting ready for the day, and as part of that process, they listen to me, which is strangely gratifying, actually. Yep, there we go. Nice stutter. And no, the bitrate wasn't bothered at all. Huh. But The Long Dark is actually proving to be... have you played The Long Dark, Jay? It's a very it's a slow-paced survival game set in the Canadian North. Basically semi-Arctic. It's not tundra, but it might as well be. And it's one of those games where if you put a foot wrong, even at surprisingly easy levels, you will die. From thirst, from cold, from being eaten by a wolf, hunger. You know, there's no hordes of zombies, it's just you against the environment, and it's proving surprisingly popular. Even though it's a 10-year-old game, 11-year-old game, people enjoy it. For some reason, I actually like playing The Long Dark when I'm streaming than when I'm not. I think it's the community, because sometimes they actively participate, which I think is very nice. And I don't just talk about the game. I talk about well, almost anything really. I just for fun, I did a keyboard review this morning as part of the game. As part of the stream, I should say. Because I got a new keyboard yesterday, so I showed it off on camera. And I've been known to talk about all kinds of stuff not directly related to the game, and The Long Dark is actually quite good for that. Yeah. One of my regulars this morning, I didn't realize this. He's currently, his current job is clearing snow. I think he drives a snowplow. That's where he was off to while I was streaming. He had to go because he was going to clear snow. Oh, okay, hang on a second. I will show you. Alright. I got this. It's a NuFi Field 75 HE. If you like RGB, it has that. Hang on, I'll show you. Let's just change the... There we go. It is Hall effect magnetic. So there you go. If you want RGB, it does RGB as well. It is probably the best keyboard I've ever used. Not cheap, unfortunately. But yeah, the reviews for it have been pretty much universally positive. It is a really good keyboard. If you don't mind spending $150 on a keyboard, it's probably worth it. It's not excessively clicky. Good feel. Yeah, it's really nice. In principle, it is technically a gaming keyboard. I didn't get it for that reason. You can go to NuFi's website. They have a configurator tool on their website which allows you to adjust the settings on the keyboard so that you can change actuation distances, all that kind of thing, which I don't really care too much about, frankly. It's nice and heavy. It must weigh 4-5 pounds, something like that. No. The only problem is it's an American keyboard, and I'm English and living in the UK. But that doesn't really bother me too much, because over the years that I've been using keyboards, which I figured out how long have I been using keyboards? 43 years. I've used all kinds of keyboards, and you end up just adjusting to them. I've used American keyboards, I've used UK keyboards, I've used German keyboards. The German keyboards were good. I liked those. Gives you easy access to all the various accents. The downside to this keyboard is you have to order it from the United States. I got it through Amazon, and they shipped it from the United States. And if you do that, on Amazon the cost was £183, not including shipping. But I wanted it, so I got it. Now let me just have a look and see what my... Oh, I'm still good. But it is a very good keyboard. Like I say, RGB, volume control, which I actually like. It has 8 macro buttons. Now I don't know what I would do with those, and the problem with the NuFi website configurator is it recognizes the keyboard, but it won't let me authenticate it so that I can get into the configuration. I'm hoping that is I can resolve that. But to be honest with you, it is highly unlikely that I will need what they're offering. I don't see any particular need to customize the heck out of the key settings. So, it's not really an issue. It certainly wasn't a selling point. The only thing... Oh, it's a wired keyboard as well. It doesn't do Bluetooth and it doesn't do wireless. That is 2.4 gigahertz. And I happen to like wired keyboards. I want something that's permanently attached to my system. Because Bluetooth is not necessarily 100%. Yeah, I don't play games that really require faster input, to be honest. It's never been an issue for me. The only thing, if I, were to design, I don't know, if I were to design a keyboard, the thing I would want is off to the left. I don't want the numeric keypad. Who uses numeric keypads these days? I used to, but not anymore. What I would like off to the side is a touchpad, so that if there is a connection issue with your mouse, and I do get that for some strange reason, you've got a backup. So a little mini attached touchpad on the side would have been great. Right, okay. Don't worry, I'm not about to stop the stream. This is typically a 2-hour stream between 6 o'clock and 8. What am I doing? Oh, yes. But it is my habit. I typically stream for an hour and then I go and take a biological needs break. So that in fact is what I'm going to do. I will land on this freighter and take a break, typically 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll be back. It also gives me the chance to get up and walk around and stretch my legs a bit. My old bones appreciate it. So, I will disable the microphone, switch off the webcam, and be back shortly. See you soon. And I'm back. I don't know how people do 6-hour live streams or something like that. What was I doing on the ship? Oh, I was going to scan the planet, wasn't I? Well, scan the system. I've often wondered if some live streamers don't wear Depends. You know, adult diapers. It's not something I'm about to try, I can tell you. So how long have you got in No Man's Sky, Jay? I mean, my total time, I think, is 120 hours or so. What have we got? That is drifting snowstorms. Doesn't sound fun. What is internal rain? That doesn't look promising. Definitely doesn't look promising. Incendiary winds. It was kind of funny. It was me looking at these about 1700 hours. Yeah, you're way, way ahead of me by an order of magnitude. What I find interesting about No Man's Sky is that it led me to doing a live stream of me reading a paper about the possibility of life based on the element silicon. That was a rough couple of live streams because I had to read and comment the entire time without any interaction. I think I did something like 2.5 hours. It was exhausting. I've learned that I can't really do 3 hours is my absolute maximum, at which point my brain starts to fry. But I did discover I can do 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, and I take a nap in between time. I'm in the north of England, so I know about Never Stops Raining. Yeah, I did actually burn out. Oh grief, mid-January. I took 2 weeks off. I did quite seriously burn myself out. So I'm trying to pace myself somewhat. Ooh. Hyperborean. I'm guessing that means cold. Oh. Now, I do happen to like desert planets. Let's have a little look at this one. Oh, let's have a little look. Ooh. I did have a try at Elite Dangerous because it was on sale. That's got a learning curve, like dropping off a cliff, so it hasn't really grabbed me yet. It looks very good. There's a introductory tutorial where you're actually on a planet. It looks fantastic, it has to be said. And based on that one experience, it probably shows more realistic planets. Little bit. I am at least in a position to summarize the circumstances under which you might get some silicon-based life forms. And my A-level chemistry, achieved many, many years ago, was enough for me to understand it. I have never seen a planet or a moon identified as imminent core detonation. Anyway, I want to see this arid planet that strangely looks as though it has oceans. Yeah, so if you're interested, the potentially best circumstances for silicon-based life form are on a planet where the primary solvent isn't water, but concentrated sulfuric acid, which is not as impossible as it might sound. We have one planet in our own solar system where there is concentrated sulfuric acid, and that is Venus. And the reason you would want concentrated sulfuric acid instead of water as a solvent for silicon-based life is because silicon compounds tend to decompose in the presence of water. So if you had water, you wouldn't have much in the way of silicon-based compounds, with the exception of silicon oxide. Very much like our own planet, actually. Whoa! That's quite impressive. That is seriously impressive. Somehow I get the feeling landing here probably isn't my best course of action. Now, what is funny is so far my most watched video was me reading the end-user license agreement for the game Sky: Children of the Light, which I do enjoy. For some reason, that's proven to be relatively popular. I think because another YouTube channel shared it, because they wanted to share the information but they couldn't do it themselves because they were actually associated with that game company and I wasn't. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily degrade in water over time. It can do it fairly immediately from what I gather. But as the paper I was reading essentially stated, there would need to be an advantage to breaking down the silicon-oxygen bond over the carbon-oxygen bond. The carbon-oxygen bond is weaker than the silicon-oxygen bond, but in the presence of sulfuric acid, you wouldn't get stable carbon compounds. Not so readily, at any rate. So... yeah. Extreme weather planet detected. I have never seen this before. This is actually pretty cool. But it is not conducive to me actually landing.
Extreme temperature detected.
Let's have a quick check of my... Yep, they've changed that. That's slightly irritating.
Technology recharge.
Oh, hang on. Let me... Nope, wrong one. Oh! I've been here before. Huh. Okay. I didn't realize. Whoa! That's impressive. I can't remember what thermal paste I'm using. My son and I built this system how long ago? It was last April-ish. April, May time.
Ships approaching.
Oh, great.
Enemy missile inbound.
Wasn't trying to land, you silly thing. I haven't had one of these fights in a while. I can't remember what to do. Oh well. Where's the trench? should have one more exposed Sujima Fligit here. Did I get them all? I did. That's irritating, they changed that dynamic. Should have spent more time knocking out the warp drive. Oh, that was relatively straightforward. That blew up much faster than I'm used to.
Technology recharge.
These are the pirates' frigates, aren't they? Ah. Doesn't matter. Well, that was quite satisfying in the end. I don't remember being able to knock out a pirate dreadnought that fast, though. Not once its shields were down. I did learn that almost the only weapon you need seems to be the infra knife accelerator, so that's all I've got. Seems to work as a general principle. Now you would think, would you not, that after all the I mean, even me, right? 120 hours or something into the game. You know, you'd think the pirates would learn, oh, this guy showed up, we're out of here. Yeah, I just maxed out on that. Where's my... Yes. Just piled everything onto it I can. I can go a little bit better, obviously, but that's what I've got at the moment. What did we get from that? Huh, okay. That's nice to have. I have tried capturing the dreadnoughts. I've never found an S-class, so... And as... the way that went down, it's like, yeah, what's the chances that's an S-class? I feel a bit guilty about my beloved Sentinel Interceptor, because when I got this ship, I basically just transferred everything over. I ought to trade it in for salvage, but it was my first ship after the no, it wasn't my first ship. It was the first type of ship after the default, and so I hang on to it. Is there anything other worth getting after you've blown up the dreadnought? No, it didn't make me much money. Yes, it's I did actually have a period where I went through anti-shield weapons and then switched to something else. And in the end, yeah, the Infraknife Accelerator just became the easiest thing to do. I wish I could say I thought of it, but I saw it on a... hang on, let me see. Don't think so. This seems to be the major thing I got. It wouldn't be in my exosuit. No. So... no, I don't think I got a carrier AI fragment. But aren't those mostly from Sentinel capital ships? Well, might as well summon in this and upgrade it. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, where are you? Obviously, its definition of threat level leaves a little bit to be desired. Where'd it go? Alright, let's go shoot this thing up. Oh, alright. Or I'll land. Somehow I think that pirate will be a little bit silly to come anywhere close to my little flotilla. What have I got? Yeah, you can see That's a lot of combat vessels. I didn't actually realize that almost everything in my frigate list was S-class now. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Oh, it says move it. Well, that was worth having. Let's go and make some dihydrogen, I think. Might as well. What time is it? Okay, I've got 20 minutes. I might as well send out my frigates on their various missions. Where's my large refiner? Where's my tritium gone? Oh, there it is. Oh, that might be enough, actually. So, I have to ask, Jay, have you subscribed? I have to do the whole self-promotion thing, the shameless self-plug, at least once during a live stream. Alright, what we got? Industrial balance, balance trade. Okay. Basic sort of stuff. Where's my... I always tend to do it the same way. Where's my combat vessels? I don't know if there is an option, a best option. So I typically send out at least one combat vessel, one support vessel, and then balance everything else. Yes. Yes, there was. It was the one that gave us gas planets. And other stuff. Yeah. They, oh! Okay. according to Steam, I actually have 165 hours in game, but which is kind of weird because the game itself tells me something else. Hang on. What was this missing? This was an industrial, wasn't it? I think it was an industrial. Industrial. Alright. I'll send a trade vessel along. I'll send a support vessel. And I think I've got another one of those, so I will send that along as well. Did I send a support vessel already? No, I didn't. And what else will I go? Excuse me, throat's getting rough on me. It seems to me every time I load up Steam, there's a 5 gigabyte download waiting for me. Industrial support, trade, combat. Send an exploration. And this is a one of everything type of thing, I always think. 1 combat, 1 exploration, 1 trade, 1 support. Right. Yeah, yesterday there was an upgrade and today there was an upgrade, but I swear every time I start up there's a 5 gigabyte upgrade, and today it was fairly significant because, as I think I said, it compiled the Vulkan shaders from scratch. So, but I'm not noticing anything particularly weird so far, so. Where am I going? Oh, yes, back to the ship. Yeah, no problem. Oh, where are you? Let me just get clear of the other ships. Oh, come on. Are you up or down? I can never figure this out. Silly pirate. That was not the cleverest move you've ever made. Ooh! Tropical planet. Oh, gotta have a look at that. Huh. Floating islands. Welcome back. You didn't miss much. Shot up a pirate, and then realized this was a tropical planet. I think with lots of floating islands. Huh. What on earth is that? I think someone's definition of what a what a tropical planet is needs to be somewhat redefined. This is not what I had in mind when they said tropical. Yes, sort of. I threw something together, actually in the same system I started on. There's a nice little desert planet there, and I happen to like deserts, so I sort of built a thing. I'm not a builder. I've got the same problem in Minecraft. I can't build to save my life. So, you know, it's basically a series of boxes tacked together with a landing pad. I actually, to be honest with you, prefer using the freighter as my main base. Alright, let's I wish I could see better. This is terrible. I mean, they've got this fascinating planet with a something or other there, and I can't make out what it is. What is that? I don't know. I don't think they have silicon-based life forms in the game, do they? What is this?
Extreme night temperature detected.
Oh, well, at least the weather's cleared up a bit. Alright, now I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, I've got to take a look at this. Oh, no, the reason I like deserts is because, it just seems to be the kind of place I like. I lived in the Sonoran Desert for about 10 years, so I do have a knowledge of and experience of deserts. and I did like the Sonoran Desert. And my brother's done me one better. He is a petroleum engineer, and he spent, oh grief, I can't remember how long now, but he used to work in the middle of the Sahara, in Algeria. He was about 400 kilometers north of the hottest continuously inhabited place on the planet. So he's got even more direct experience of more extreme deserts than I do, but I do love deserts, so I was kind of hoping that the sequel to The Long Dark would actually be set in the Sonoran Desert. I think there was even requests for that. But no, the Long Dark sequel is going to be basically the same environment, but I think it's going to be a more urban setting. And it's due for early release next year. Yeah, one of the reasons I like the Dune movies and the Dune miniseries is because it's set in a desert. It's not necessarily because of the story, it's because it's set in a desert. Yeah, this place looks like something quite different. When I couldn't see it. I have fond memories of visiting Death Valley at the 4th of July weekend. It was 120 degrees Fahrenheit in the shade. And I think that was the hottest place I think I've ever been. Not that 120 degree in the shade place, but there's a place in Death Valley. Oh grief, what's it called? Salt Creek, I think it's called. It's the only place in the world you can find the Salt Creek pupfish because there's permanent water there. So on this particular day I went to Salt Creek. I think it's called Salt Creek. And so the ground is basically laden with salt, and so it reflects the heat up at you. It was so hot, and there was a slight breeze. It was like turning a fan oven onto full and then opening the door and sticking your head real close. Which was I was out in that heat for 45 minutes, basically just looking at the fish. No, I think it's Salt Creek. Furnace Creek is elsewhere. Hang on, I can check. Pretty certain it was. Let me just double check that. Yep, Salt Creek pupfish. Yes, yep. Also known as the Death Valley puffish, apparently. So, when I got back to the car, and this is now so hot, I'm not sweating. So I got back to the car, got in, turned the air conditioning on, and promptly got soaked as all the sweat promptly exploded out of my system. Which was interesting. that was fun. I reckoned you could adjust to it. You would obviously need a lot of water and this kind of thing, but you could probably adjust to it. And I know people have, because Death Valley, there used to be borax mine there. It's had permanent human habitation for quite a long time. The Shoshone have a reservation in Death Valley. So, but one of the reasons that's possible is because there are places where there's permanent water regardless of the temperature. So, yes, I did like Death Valley. I've been there a few times. And one of the, every time I've been, I've either destroyed my tires or destroyed my battery, because those things do not greatly appreciate such high temperatures. In fact, there is a road that leads from Death Valley up to BT, Nevada, which is about 40 miles, mostly uphill. And in fact, you can see vehicle manufacturers testing their cars there, and they sort of cover up what it looks like, but you can see these cars going up and down this mountain road to test their cooling systems. And it's a place, that particular road is one of those places you almost have to speed in order to keep your car cool, because if you don't, your radiator temperatures will shoot through the roof. So, it's a bit of a challenge. But it is a fantastic place. I loved it. And I've hit the 2-hour mark, so I'm afraid I'm going to bring this to a close. Go and get some dinner. Thank you for watching, Jay. Thanks for having a chat. Thanks to anybody else who's been watching for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And I will probably be doing something similar tomorrow. Given that this game got more interest than anything else I've streamed in the evenings, I will probably stream The Long Dark. Not The Long Dark. I will probably stream No Man's Sky again this time tomorrow. At the moment, though, this is tentative. But so far, this is something I can work with. So, anyway. I hope you have a good evening, good day tomorrow, and I will see you all soon. As soon as I can figure out where Alt-Tab is so I can stop the stream. Good night.